Okay. So today's session will discuss about IaC. IaC stands for Infrastructure as Code. Okay. So what is the concept of infrastructure as code is? All these days we provision the infrastructure in the last 20 years, like the physical servers or virtual servers. We used to provision the infrastructure manually. We used to provision. But one of the major challenge with that is manually we require a lot of admins in order to administrate that hardware or like in order to install the OS, to configure those patching, updates, networking, all these. Most of the stuff have been automated at the cloud also, but still using the cloud also you are using AWS Management Console or Azure portals. With that we are going to create the infrastructure. But what is the main advantage of using the IaC or infrastructure as code is we are going to get the reusability. Okay, so what is the main concept of the reusability is, say I want to provision 200 resources in that, maybe 40 EC2 instances I have, and maybe 5 VPCs I need to design, and around 40 subnets, internet gateway, route tables, all these I want to create. Then if I go for an IaC kind of tool, it's very simple to provision those. But if I go for like manually each and every time I want more resources to provision. And the same infrastructure I want to provision in three environments, like for dev, QA, staging, production, then that still required more resources. Okay, so that is the purpose. Here we are going to use IaC. We are going to use. Okay, so what is the main advantage of IaC we are getting? What is the main advantage we are getting with IaC?
Usability.
Yeah, what is the meaning of reusability? Say, suppose you want to create a similar kind of
Similar
infrastructure for
instances with the
multiple
same.
times, for multiple environments. If I use the IaC kind of code, I no need to provision multiple times, and I
Yep.
no need more manpower to manage them. Okay, so that is the reason today the cloud engineers are not expected to provision the resources through Azure console or AWS console or Azure portals. What is the expectation is we required IaC.
IaC.
As it's showing infrastructure as a code, don't think it's a developer job. It's purely DevOps engineer kind of job role. It's a purely DevOps engineer kind of job role we required. So what is the meaning of a DevOps engineer job role is the admin background guy. Now he's going to do DevOps kind of operations, and he itself need to use IaC kind of tools. Okay, as it suggests IaC means it's not we need to use Python, Java or .NET. Okay, what is the problem with this? It required to learn Java, Python, .NET minimum. It takes 3 to 6 months to learn this. Okay, but without using this, we can use a simple human readable kind of scripts we can use. Okay, it's not a programming kind of thing. In the IaC, we are using very simple scripting kind of thing, and using this, we are going to automate our infrastructure, all this. Okay, so human readable kind of code we are going to use. Then, if I go for AWS, AWS have their IaC solution, that is CloudFormation. Okay, so what is the AWS IaC solution we have?
CloudFormation.
CloudFormation is the IaC solution. And if I go for the Azure, Azure is having like ARM templates. Okay, what is the meaning of ARM is Azure Resource Manager templates we have. Okay, so then here in the Azure also we are going to use the ARM templates we are using, and in AWS we are using CloudFormation. Other than ARM templates, Azure having one more solution also called as Bicep. Okay, so Bicep also is one of the IaC solution. But in the IaC, there is already a leader in the market, Terraform. Okay, so Terraform is the leader in IaC. Okay, say what is the difference between CloudFormation and Terraform?
CloudFormation is from AWS. How?
CloudFormation is an AWS inbuilt solution. Okay, So then, like Terraform is not only for AWS. Terraform supports more than 1,000 plus vendors also. Okay, so 1,000 plus vendors also is supported by Terraform. But ARM templates is
Azure.
Azure. Okay, so then Terraform supports multi-cloud. It supports AWS, Azure, GCP, all these also. Then coming to the which type of scripting they're going to support, we'll discuss. Now, if I go for a cloud formation, okay, if I go for a cloud formation, okay, so what it is going to be supported is it's going to be supported either JSON kind of thing or YAML. Okay, so here we have JSON or YAML. So these two are that are going to support. Okay, so then here we have CloudFormation and even ARM templates also are going to support. Okay, say JSON or YAML kind of code. Okay, so then what is the meaning of YAML is? YAML is a very simple human readable kind of uh, language. It's a scripting kind of thing. Then we have JSON also is there. In the JSON JavaScript object notation. So here in the JSON we have JavaScript object notation. Then if I go for YAML, yet another markup language. Okay, so here we have two things. Say yet another markup language. Mostly now unofficially, most of the DevOps tools are using YAML as their scripting itself. Okay, so then why it is supporting JSON also, I'll tell one use case. Those who have already JavaScript kind of background, they prefer to use JSON. Okay, but we don't have any JavaScript kind of background also, right? Then the better solution we can use is YAML we can use. So what is the concept of YAML here?
It is a simple language to
Yeah,
understand.
yet another markup language is very simple kind of thing. It's a human readable kind of thing. Okay, everyone can understand by writing the scripts. It's not a programming logic, all that. It's not required. Very simple instructions we can give. So that is the main advantage of using. That is the main advantage of using YAML kind of scripts. Okay, so then here it's very simple reusable scripts we are using, and with that we are going to provision the infrastructure. What is the main advantage is it's more reusable. Programmatically we are managing the infrastructure, all this. Okay, say as per the DevOps wise, everything we need to control over the programmatically, and all these we are keeping these in the source code itself. From that itself we are going to manage everything. With this, what is the advantages? With this, what is the advantage is like if you want to change anything, you no need to touch the infrastructure, you no need to touch the applications, all those. From the configuration files, where we'll keep all these in our real time is in the source code itself we are going to keep. What is our source code management tool? Like maybe Git or GitHub we are
GitHub.
going to use. So in this itself we are going to maintain the complete infrastructure. Okay, so whatever the infrastructure you want to manage, all these we are keeping
Source code repository
in the
Git.
source code itself. From there itself we are going to manage these kind of automation levels we need to support to the customers. Okay, so these kind of automation level we need to support to our customers, we need to support. Okay, so then here in the cloud formation, I hope you understand, right? What is the advantage is more reusability. Programmatically we are going to control, and like no need to manage them manually from the console or from the CLI, because we don't get much reusability, and manpower can be reduced 24/7. Whenever we want we can execute that, and reusability also for the multiple environments also we are going to get it. Okay, so that is also one of the advantage of using IaC. Then what is the scripting is supported by CloudFormation? What is the scripting is supported?
JSON and YAML.
Yeah, it's supporting JSON kind of format. Okay, it's going to be supported JSON. Okay, so then here in the CloudFormation, we have the terminology called as stack. Okay, so what is the concept of the stack is, say we have group of resources we can create as a single shot. Okay, as a single entity we can create by using the stack. Okay, say that group of resources, maybe some of them may be VM, some of them is 3 buckets, IAM hosted zones. That's whatever infrastructure you want from the AWS. All those as a group of resources we can create. Okay, in one account and one region we are creating, in one account and one region we are creating, that is called a stack. Okay, so in the same way we can create a stack set also. Okay, so what is the concept of the stack set is, in the stack set we are creating group of resources. Say we are creating the group of resources in multiple regions and multiple accounts we are creating. What is this example? Okay, I want to create for my project in two regions. I want to create my data centers or regions. I want to use two regions for my application. Then uh, say stack supports only within the region only it
And
is going
account.
to support. Okay, whereas stack set,
Multiple
Multiple
reasons.
reasons and
yeah, in
multiple
the multiple
accounts.
regions and multiple accounts. Say suppose I want for the multiple accounts also I want to create. Then better to go for the stack set. Okay, so that is the purpose. We are going to use the stack sets also. Okay, so now here we have stack or stack sets. We have, depends upon our requirement. We need to create this, and for this we are going to keep one template. So template is nothing but the script, like in the YAML or JSON format. We are going to prepare one template. So from the template we are creating either stack or stack sets. Okay, so template having all the instructions, what are the resources we want to provision, all that we need to create the template structure, what are the components we have in the template we need to create. Okay, then if you create the stack from the template, all the resources are getting created. I have a doubt here. I have 10 resources assume. Okay, then I created the stack and 10 resources got created. If I delete my stack, what is going to happen? If I delete my stack, what is going to happen in this use case?
All the resources are going to be deleted.
All the resources are getting deleted. That means if you want to clean up all your project also, single shot, what you can do?
Delete the stack at one time.
Yeah, delete the stack at that time. Automatically, the stack is getting deleted for us. The stack is getting deleted for us. Okay, so then here we are going to delete the stack, and even the same use case with stack set. This is straightforward. But what happen is I have 10 resources in my stack. Okay, then four resources created, fifth resource got failed. Okay, so my fifth resource got failed. Then what is going to happen? My fifth resource got failed, then what is going to happen? Like whether it's going to create those four resources, by default behavior is, as per the stack policy, if any of the resources have been failed, its rollback is going to be triggered. Even those four resources which have been created, those resources also is getting like terminated. Those also is getting cleanup kind of thing. That means by default, what is the stack policy is, if I have 10 resources in my stack, all the resources need to be created. That is my expectation. I don't want partial kind of work. What is my expectation? I want all my resources need to be executed. But those resources not executed, then what is going to happen? It is going to delete or clean up those resources also. It's going to clean up those resources also is getting clean up. Okay, then in what we need to do at that use case? Like if you want to preserve those, by default, the use cases, all the resources are getting deleted. But if you want to keep them, that is also is possible. But as per the automation, that's not a best practice. Okay, so better always to keep those. So which of the resources have been created? Which of the resources have been created? That itself we need to set up. Okay, so then I have created these my 10 resources. Okay, then for 2 resources, I have some changes. Okay, but these 10 resources have been provisioned through
Templates or
CloudFormation. CloudFormation template we have, but we need to do some changes. Then what CloudFormation is telling is, don't do any changes manually. That means don't go to console under those resources and don't do the changes manually. What you need to do?
edit the file.
Yeah, so we need to do say suppose if you want to do that any changes in the CloudFormation, we need to create a change set. What is the advantage of the change set is, change set is going to show you the preview of what are the resources are getting provisioned also. Okay, so what are the resources are getting provisioned also, that is also is going to
Sure.
show. Okay, what is the advantage with that?
If you want two resources to be changed in among
Yeah,
all,
if any resources need to be changed, those resources changes we need to perform.
change set.
Yeah, through the chain set. Okay. Say in which scenario you are going to use stack and which scenario you are going to use stack set.
We are going to use stack set when we are going to have 10 or multiple resources, same, like similar.
Yeah,
If
in the
you want,
multiple accounts or multiple regions.
okay.
Yeah. So stack is
Or set of resources in one region.
one region or one account we are creating. Okay. So then when we are using chain set,
When we want two resources, some resources to be different from the others.
yeah. So whenever we want to create, we want to do some changes, then better to clean up those resources through
Change set.
change set itself. Change set we need to use. Okay. So then after this, like if I perform those changes manually itself, I have performed those changes. Okay, I didn't perform those changes through change set. If I perform those changes, okay, then that is called as okay, say drifted. Okay, so what is that meaning of drift is?
Change set.
Okay, no. Actual that resource is as per the configuration script, but the resource got changed. But that resource got changed manually. Some out of CloudFormation template, that resource got changed. Then that is called as
Drift.
drifted. Okay, so what is the concept of the drifted here? So what is the concept of drifted? So in which scenario you are going to use the drift? So when you will call that as the drift, that actual resource has been performed changes. Okay. So in that use case, we are going to use the drift we are going to call. Okay. So then that is called as the drift. One second. Yeah, hello. So what is the meaning of drift? Actually, we have a resource, but that resource has been modified out of our scope of CloudFormation. Means always the best practice if you want to do any changes, what we need to do?
Change the drift.
Change set, but change set has been not performed. Okay, that means whatever the CloudFormation template, so I'll tell one use case. In my CloudFormation, while creating, okay, so in my CloudFormation, while creating my resource, I have given only SSH 22 port I have opened. Okay, SH22 port only have opened. But actually in my resource, what I have done the changes is, okay, I have changed that. I have added one more port also in that inbound rule, maybe HTTP 80 port I have opened. But that resource, that change is not known to, that change is not known to
Main
CloudFormation template. Okay, manually we have performed that change. Then that resources actually goes to drifted state. That drifted state resources are not recommended in the CloudFormation. Okay, so as per the configuration scripts itself. But if you want to do that change, what you need to do in that?
change it.
Change set itself. Otherwise, that resource is called as
Normal stack.
that's a drifted kind of thing. Okay, that
Okay.
resource is called as a
You mean
drifted
to say
kind
that,
of thing. It is going to call.
you mean to say that without knowing the resource information, we change the uh, inbound. I mean, when we added like TCA, then it is drifting. What exactly changed that in that case? Like, what is difference?
No, change set always changes perform through change set. If you don't perform the changes through change set, if you do manually, CloudFormation template will recognize that resource has been
Edited.
drifted.
Drifted. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, now just I missed some of things. Like, so you mean to say changes is done by automation automatically or something
No,
like?
no. We need to create a change set, need to preview, accept, execute that.
Okay. Without those steps, and if you're doing
Yeah,
like,
if you without doing that manually, directly doing is not at all recommended.
okay,
So
missed it.
anything we need to do it through CloudFormation itself. If you are
Yes,
using Terraform, everything do it through
yeah,
Terraform itself. Okay. So if you are using IaC as CloudFormation, any changes also need to be performed through
IaC only.
CloudFormation itself. Okay. If you are using Terraform, then do every
Do it
change
through
through
Terraform only.
Terraform itself. Okay. Then here we have one more use case. Try to understand. Here we have import. What is the concept of the importing the resources? I don't know CloudFormation. Already we have created a lot of resources like VPC, subnets, internet gateway, NAT gateways, EC2 instances, or we have created DNS hosted zones, all these. But now our company has decided we are not going to use manual console or CLI to provision the resources. Okay, those resources are already existing, but now, like what we need to do those resources is we need to import those resources. Okay. Say in which scenario you are going to import the resources to CloudFormation template? Can you tell me the use case? Can you tell me the use case?
We import previously.
Yeah, before CloudFormation, we have created lot of resources. Okay, those resources we can like now we don't want to use manually. Now we
We can
want to
import.
control them through CloudFormation itself. Then to our CloudFormation templates, we need to import those resources. Okay, so those that is also we need to take care. Okay, so what is the use case of importing?
We can import previously built.
Previously built resources we can import to our like a CloudFormation template. Now from now onwards, we need to manage it from the CloudFormation itself. We need to manage those resources. Okay, so then what are the sample structure of a CloudFormation template? We'll discuss how a sample CloudFormation template looks. We'll discuss. So here we need in the AWS documentation, we can see the CloudFormation template. So now here it is going to support either JSON format or YAML format. So we recommended to use the YAML kind of format. And if you go to this, so now here this is in the JSON format we have. First line is AWS template format version and description, metadata, parameters, rules, mappings, conditions, transform, resources, and outputs. Okay, the same thing. This is in the YAML kind of format. Okay, so in the YAML format also. So what are the things we have here is like AWS template format version. Okay, these dotted three hyphens kind of symbols we have, right? These are nothing but the first line of your YAML code will contain this, and AWS template format version, description. Like description is nothing but what the CloudFormation template will do, metadata, parameters, rules, mappings, conditions, transform, resources, outputs. Then if you want to keep one thing as the mandatory item, okay, so can you guess which one is mandatory in this? Which one is mandatory in all these?
Internet or VPC?
Which one? So among these we have the AWS template format version.
Mapping, because like
Which one?
setting
No, mapping. No, that's pure optional.
Oh,
So which is mandatory? Only one thing if you want to select, which one is mandatory?
transformation.
No,
Oh, then metadata, data, right?
no.
Internet, I mean, access to internet as in VPC or some details for
No,
that.
that is not at all. So in the template, what is mandatory?
Resources.
Yeah, resources is the primary block.
You're talking about resources, right? Yeah.
So in that resources, whatever you want, that resource block is remaining all additional to the resources we are keeping. But in the CloudFormation template, the mandatory like block we need to keep is okay. So is the resources.
But mapping is to, I mean, normally mapping means like it will map to one field to other field, right?
That's not mandatory kind of thing.
Oh,
If you want to link it, mapping also I'll explain in which use case we'll go for that. Okay, but that's also not mandatory kind of thing.
okay.
Okay, so resources. So in this very important, as of now, we are going to keep most of the scripts contains this template version. Okay, so that is the API version kind of thing. Then description also better. So someone who is reading that CloudFormation template, they will understand, right? This is the template we have. Okay, so then meta information also is but parameters are very important. What is the concept of parameters are? Like these are the input values. Okay, so parameters means I'll tell one example. While creating the EC2 instance, you are choosing the AMI region, like maybe available zone, which subnet you want, which indirectly you are choosing which subnet, then what is the EBS volume type you want. So these all like you may be choosing some settings, I may choose some settings, others may choose other settings. Like this here also in the template, I want to create different resources. Those resources I want different inputs. Say suppose in the programming language, this is called as variables. What is the concept of variables? So variables can store different variables can store different
Parameter.
values. Okay, so in the same way here, Here we can pass the different. So why the resource blocks are getting more reusable kind of thing is okay. Second, any idea why it is getting more reusability? By giving the option to the users to pass different set of parameters can be used. Okay, so that is the advantage of using the parameters. Can you tell one example for VPC? What are the parameters we can use for VPC? So maybe VPC name what you want, or maybe VPC cider block what you want, IPv4, IPv6, like this. These are the parameters. I may give my own cider block, you may give your own cider block.
CD block.
Yeah, for subnet, maybe which VPC we want to attach, or to what is the cider range for subnet name, which zone you need to use. Like this, you can give in the
You mean to do what are the input parameters to be?
input parameters or input values, those are. Okay, so by using the parameters, what is the advantage we are getting to the script? What is the advantage we are getting to the script? More reusability is going to come to the script. More reusability is going to come to the script. We are getting more reusability if I use parameters. Then one more important thing we'll use in this is output values. The outputs are like, can you tell once you create the instance, what are the details we are getting? After instance provisioning, what are the details you will get? Can you tell some examples? Before we don't know those details. Can you tell some examples for that? After creating your instance only, we'll get those details. Any example of that?
I mean, by providing the enable the option, we'll get like public IP, private IP
Yeah,
information.
public IP, private IP, instance ID. Okay, so these all the details we are getting before or after? After instance has been provisioned, then we are getting those details. That details we are calling as output variables. Those details we are calling as output variables. Okay, so what is the difference between parameters and outputs? Parameters and outputs.
Parameters are inputs that we give what we need in what particular situation. Output is something that we receive, what we are going to expect from this particular
Yeah,
document.
after provisioning the resources, some important details, a lot of values will come, but in that which you want, say, suppose I want instance ID, these outputs may be inputs to the next level of automation also. Okay, I want to I want to get my application URL or S3 bucket endpoint. Those all after creating only we are getting, before we don't know. Okay, so like this, if we want to manage, then in this use case we are going to use outputs we are going to use. So suppose here, which are very important, most of the scripts contains is your template format version, description, parameters. Okay, then we have the resources and outputs. So these all the details. So most of the templates will consist. Okay, so what are those also additional one also will discuss.
There is an example CloudFormation template in the chat.
Yeah. So we'll discuss more. We'll create. So now here I have shared this AWS template version. We have 2010 0909. That template mostly this is the latest version. We have a description, a sample cloud that is a optional pure. In this directly they use the resources. In this they have directly hard coded the image ID. Okay, instance type they have hard coded to
Micro.
T2.micro key name. This is not the best practice. What is the best practice?
Latest.
No. So don't pass the hard-coded values in the resource block itself. So what we need to use?
Wait, version latest.
No, we need to use the parameters.
Okay.
In the resource block, if I directly hard coded this, only for my this AMI ID, for this key only it will work. But if I use the parameters, what is the advantage my script is going to get? What is the advantage my script is going to get? My script is going to get more
Customized.
reusability I'm going to get. The same script can be used for different use cases also. So that is the reason it's not recommended. Okay, so we can keep it in the resource block itself, those values, but that is not at all a best practice. What is the best practice?
Mentioning parameters.
Mentioning them in the parameters. So we'll discuss that also, how we can call the parameters, all those also. So then here in this, what resource is getting created? What resource is getting
Instance.
created?
EC2 instance.
Whether Windows or Linux?
Linux.
Linux. What is the EBS volume it is used?
Dev. Okay. IO1.
Yeah, IO1 means it's a GP2, GP3 we have, right? IO1 is provisioned. Okay, so how much volume we are getting?
20.
20 GB.
20 GB. These all we are able to understand it or not?
Yes, sir.
Is it a human readable kind of thing or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this, like even we given the same details in the GUI form we have given, but the best practice is, what is the best
Building
practice?
resources.
Okay, so all better to pass them in the parameters we can call. Okay, so that's we need to manage this. Okay, so then here, so we'll discuss here the template sections. Okay, so resource section is required in every CloudFormation template and forms the core of the template. Okay, then parameters is an optional, but it's a very important because making the templates more reusable and flexible kind of thing. It allows the users also to pass the values, and even we can pass the default values also. What is the advantage of default values? If I don't specify anything, by default, it will take the values from default values. It will take the default values. It will take, and what is the main advantage of output is like after we provision the stack or what, after the terraform also will get those output values. Okay, it's returned from that. Say suppose the even in the function also programmatically will pass some values to function, and the function will return some values also. In the same way, here we have the parameters, we are passing the values to the stack, and after the resources have been created, we'll get outputs also. Then, what is the advantage of mapping is, I'll tell one use case. So now, I have two regions, US East 1, okay, say AP South 1. In these two regions, in US East 1, what I want to do is I want to create an AMI. Okay, then AP South 1, I want to create an AMI. But if I use Ubuntu as my AMI, like AMI in US East 1 AMI is different. Okay, if I use like same it's Ubuntu itself, but that AMI is different in US East 1 it is different, AP South 1 it is different. But based on the region, okay, so I need to automatically map I need to map my
template.
that AMI ID depends upon the region. User is going to choose region like from maybe Mumbai. If I choose, then automatically I need to pass that Mumbai AMI ID. If the user uses like
Singapore.
US East 1, then that means we are not hard coding. We are using the
Resource.
mapping we are doing. So it depends upon the user inputs. Okay, I'm mapping that AMI IDs. I'm not having a hard coded AMI ID. Okay, so that is the purpose we are going to use AMI IDs we are going to use. Sorry, mappings we can use in that use case. And so what is the meaning of rules are nothing but some condition kind of things. Can you tell some examples?
Numbers like size.
Yeah, so suppose the rules are like if you have a username, password, we'll have some rules, right? Minimum 6 letters or 16 letters we want. Okay, so these kind of conditions like we are going to specify. Okay, so that's I want minimum these kind of conditions, minimum rules I want. Okay, so that's kind of conditions we are going to specify. Okay, if that rule matches that condition, then only we are going to perform. Then only we are going to perform these, but these all supported, but we'll use mostly the format version. With the format version, like identifies which version you are using, and with that API version also is going to communicate. Not same as the API version, but with this, when that template has been written, all these we are going to specify. Mostly the first line is AWS template version, but it's a pure optional kind of thing. It's a pure optional kind of thing we are going to keep. Okay, so with this, we'll create the resources. Yeah, Prashant, do you have AWS?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please share your screen.
Okay.
I made you host.
Please confirm if the screen is up.
Yeah. Please open AWS console.
Yes. Oh. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so go to CloudFormation.
Just give me a second. CloudFormation.
I think you didn't share the complete screen.
Okay, let me share it again. Can
Yeah.
you
So here, this is search for CloudFormation again.
searching for CloudFormation?
Yeah, so here we can go for the CloudFormation. Then create a stack.
Create a stack.
Yeah, even stack left side we can have the stack and stack sets also. We can create a stack set also.
Creating stack.
Yeah, creating a stack. So now here create and choose an existing template or
Build from infrastructure.
build from infrastructure composer. That means we can create our own templates. Like CloudFormation has given one developer ID kind of thing called as composer, but choose from the template itself. Okay, so now here we have AWS S3 URL or upload a template file or
Think from Git.
thing from Git. That means what is the source of our template file? Either from the S3 bucket you can upload that file, or we can upload it from the like template file locally we are keeping, or we can keep in the Git also. Okay, then here you are choosing that S3 bucket or okay. So come to some sample templates. In which region you are?
I'm in Asia Pacific, Mumbai.
Asian Pacific, Mumbai. Okay. They come to new tab,
New tab. Okay.
AWS CloudFormation sample templates for Mumbai region.
Have
Here they will give lot of sample templates, but it's in Singapore region, I think.
I think this is Singapore, Asia Pacific.
Yeah,
Singapore.
Asian Pacific, Mumbai you give.
Okay. Mumbai. We cannot change the region here. Or what?
Search for that.
It still says Asia Pacific says Singapore. It's old documentation, I guess.
No, Singapore is different, Mumbai is different.
Okay.
Otherwise, in the CloudFormation, you can change to Singapore.
I'll do that. Okay.
So then here in this, they have given some Windows Server.
I'm selecting
Singapore. Yeah. Come to the template.
Okay.
Yeah, go to, scroll down. It will scroll down.
Single EC2 instance.
A single EC2 instance with MySQL. No, scroll down. Scroll down. With MySQL. So from here itself, we can launch those.
Okay.
Any VPC related also, if you have, you can choose. So with the MySQL, that also you can choose a simple LAMP stack.
Lamps.
That template URL, you click on the template URL.
Lamp stack which okay.
Yeah, that first one,
Okay.
that URL you click.
On launch.
No, launch tag don't click. Click on the template URL.
Okay.
So this is the template. So what is the source they have given in that? Is it S3 bucket, right? Yeah, go to copy that URL, S3 bucket.
Copying.
Okay. So this you can give as the source in CloudFormation also. So in this S3, you are copying this S3 bucket.
Okay, S3 URL. Okay.
S3 URL. Okay. So then.
But now that we only have Singapore thing, how about if we are imagine if we
No,
are
for every templates, mostly they're giving that samples.
okay. We will also have it to Mumbai as well, if right?
Yes. For
Okay.
Mumbai also, we can customize as per if it throws any errors,
Okay.
that AMI IDs, those may be changes as per Mumbai.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, choose the template, next, click next.
Okay.
So then depends upon the template, we are going to pass the parameters also. You can give any stack name, my lamp stack, something you can give. Okay, then these parameters, how it is that in the Terraform, like in the CloudFormation template, they have given those parameters and that values you are giving. What is the DB name you want? What is the DB password? Okay, don't click @ keep some secure password here.
Okay. No at the rate.
Yeah, not recommended.
DB user.
Yeah. User you give maybe MySQL user something.
Yeah, MySQL user.
Yeah, key2.small. Key name, if you have in that region, we should have a key pair.
We do not have.
Yeah, we don't have.
Okay.
They create a key pair in that and you can use that.
Okay. Let's try to
Yeah,
get that.
hello.
Can I create a separate key pair, sir, without launching an instance? Can I do that? Yeah. Creating a key pair in Singapore. Lamp, voila, this thing. PEM file. Created a key pair. This should show us. It's okay. I should Refresh this. Guys. Next. A lamp back. Baby password image.
You go to key pair once.
Sorry, this is the key pair.
Okay. I mean, you just I mean, the bottom, you have the key pair to select it. Try once actually before you enter all these things.
I'm not understanding, buddy.
I don't know. Can you drill down?
Go down. Yes, here.
Yeah, key pair. Yeah, just take that one. Yeah, it's coming right now.
Yeah, now it's coming. I'm saying my database and password is database 123 exclamation. Database one
I
two
mean, in
three.
between I missed this conversation because I was in another call.
Busy man, all the time busy.
You know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, hello.
Sir.
Yeah, give any DB user, MySQL user, something.
Okay.
This is to log into that. Say it is creating one MySQL database on the instance itself. In
Okay.
order to connect to that, we are creating one database user.
Okay.
MySQL user, something you can give.
Okay. Going forward. IAM role.
No, IAM role as of now not required.
Stack.
So now here stack failure behavior is roll back all stack. I said one example, right? Out of 10 resources, if any of the 5 resources have been failure,
It should roll back to.
all the resources are getting rolled back.
Okay.
If you don't want, if you want to preserve them, the second option you need to choose.
Rolling back is going back to same version or
Delete all those resources.
completely
It will
delete?
delete all those.
You mean to say that like, is there any action like something fails and it roll back?
In the middle, if something goes wrong, it will delete all the provision resources also.
Yeah, normal rollback will okay.
Okay. And delete newly created resources during a rollback. Use deletion policy.
Yeah, that deletion policy we'll discuss later. As of now,
Okay. Stack policy rollback config.
as of now, those all will configure later. Notifications will send an email as for us.
Okay. I'm going next.
Yeah.
Template is ready. URL. Description AWS CloudFormation lamp, create lamp EC2 MySQL, demonstrate AWS CloudFormation Bootstrap skills to install the package and the files necessary, deploy Apache web server.
Yeah.
Okay, lamp stack. We have the password. Okay, let's go submit. Parameter DB failed to satisfy content must alphanumeric systems. DB password. Okay. What it want in DB password?
DB password you said, right?
It's saying it needs something else. DB parameter, DB password failed to satisfy
Yeah,
constraint.
that rules they have given that change, keep a complex kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe special characters, all those.
Okay. I don't know. I tried it.
You keep some and keep both same passwords.
Yeah, keeping same password. Next. Next. It's not taking it. Please give it wants some DB password field must contain alphanumeric, it seems.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
should not have this special characters, I guess.
Keep some special character other than at the rate.
Okay, I'll do database 123.
No, database doesn't have any special characters, right?
No, it's not asking for special characters, I guess. Must contain only alphanumeric, no special
Okay.
database 123 without the exclamation. I'm doing okay. Let's see. We are able to get it. I'm changing it in the chat. It is database 123.
And now these all the resources are getting created.
This password is not important because like nowadays, like with the
No,
special.
this is they have configured that rules may be configured that open the template in the S3 bucket URL you have, right?
Oh, Okay.
Sir, I'm
Come
writing
to
down.
no, we copied from S3 URL, right? In another tab.
Yes,
Yeah, here you go to this, maybe search for password.
DB passport.
DB password.
Yeah, search for more next.
Above I saw that like when you open initially.
Root
Yeah, that
password is DB root password.
no, not that. One condition or rule would be there.
Can you go to page up? Actually, I saw somewhere
Yeah,
like
in the rules it may be.
in the top.
Rules.
Page up. In the top, I saw the some rules.
In the top. Okay, I'm going to the top.
Here I see. Yeah. Okay. DB passport.
Okay, DB password, right.
Only string. Only string.
Maximum length is only 41 and its allowed pattern is
Yeah,
A to Z,
only that.
capital A to
Yeah,
Z, 0 to 9, and no
yeah,
special characters in this.
yeah. This is causing that, not matching that condition.
Okay, so nice. Oh, if we remove this
Yeah,
allowed
that
pattern.
will work. Yes, yes. That in their bucket we can't. In that is in their S3 bucket, right?
Okay.
You can copy to your script and you can modify and you can
Now
keep
that we
in
are
your
creating this
GitHub.
template, once we are going to save it,
Yeah,
if we
we can
remove
save
that
it
and
and
put.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Now this is our stack,
Yeah,
lamp stack.
go to that resources.
Okay.
So one web
This
server
is the
instance
instance.
and one security group has been created with this. Okay, come to
Okay.
outputs.
Outputs.
Yeah,
This is
they got
website.
one website URL. In that, maybe that application may be opening for us.
Yes, PHP.
Yeah, that is the output for us.
Okay. Let's
The important details we can store in the output.
okay. Where is this? Okay. A simple lamp stack running in PHP. Hello world application.
Yeah, that is just that application is deployed. That's it. So
Okay.
they have given Apache, okay, MySQL, PHP, all that they have installed on the same mission.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Okay, so then come to that. Try to check the resources from the GUI wise. So what are the resources we have? One is instance. Second one is security
First
group.
one.
Go to that
Second one is
security group. Yeah, what are the inbound rules are allowed in that security group? Check once.
checking, sir. Going to the security group, checking the inbound rules.
As per the template they have given uh, SSH and HTTP. Add one more rule also here. Is it recommended to do like this or not?
It is not
Not
recommended, but
recommended. Yeah, but
for
just
the
do this here.
practical, we're
But in
doing
the
it.
real time, not recommended.
Should I go with all traffic?
No. HTTPS you enable.
Sorry, maybe I missed some of conversations I done in between. So why it was not recommended?
Because anything need to be done through chain sets only.
Oh, okay. It's you told me that like manual
Yeah,
activity.
manually not recommended to do.
This is like this looks
Yeah,
like a
that
draft.
custom also you give something.
This is something like hard coding or something. We're not, we don't, we should
It's not because CloudFormation template is having one state. This is maintaining another state. That's lead for drift.
Yes.
It's not draft. Okay, this
Yeah,
one.
in this custom you come to there. Custom.
Okay.
Yeah, anything you give. Now save that rule.
Okay. Can you, what did we just do there?
Just we are adding one more rule.
Okay. Only
But the
HTTP.
CloudFormation template assumes which rules should have SSH and HTTP.
HTTP.
Now
Okay.
go to that CloudFormation stack.
I'm saving this, going
I
to
go
the,
to CloudFormation stack.
yes.
Now go to stack actions.
Okay.
Say detect drift.
Detect drift.
Yeah. Now CloudFormation having that intelligence kind of thing. If any of the resources have been drifted or not.
Yeah.
So now drift has been initialized. There itself you can see the drift results also. In the stack actions, view drift results. So it's not checking, still it is checking, it takes some time. Yeah, now it shows the status as
Drifted.
Drifted. Normally it should be in sync. But
In-
what is this meaning?
We modified this.
Yeah, which resource has been modified? Go to that delete that HTTPS. That rule only delete. Don't delete HTTP. Again, go to that template. HTTPS middle. No, no, no. Cancel this. Cancel.
Okay.
Cancel. And one more thing, I mean, here showing drifting is like it was something happened in the security group.
Not security. The changes also is drifted itself.
But it won't see that. Suppose you have suppose it have 3 or 4, okay, inbound rules and added like.
No. That need to be done through CloudFormation template.
Okay. No. What I'm trying to say, somebody is drifted, and how do you know that what are the person did it? Like
That's
he
we need to
shows
check that manually. Need to compare those. It shows some for some of the resources.
Okay.
And we need to check that also the status. We need to check that.
So I'm deleting
Yeah,
HTTPS
HTTPS.
and saving the rules. Coming back.
No. Again check the drift status.
Okay, I'm going to stack or detect drift and checking view drift results.
So now again it came to
In sync.
in sync. At least which resource it shows, and even if you go for the details, we need to check that which resource have been modified, and from CloudTrade also will troubleshoot what exactly the problem. Now the same step you need to perform, but what you want is that change set you need to perform from you need to perform it from the change
Stack.
set. Okay, so go to the stack actions.
Okay.
Create change set.
Okay.
So now for this, if you want to do any changes, you may need to replace the existing template also. Okay, come to that S3 bucket. S3 bucket. Say in this search for SSH. Control F and SSH. Yeah, still come down.
Web security group SSH.
Yeah,
Okay.
here they have added 2 rules, right?
TCP rule.
Yeah, TCP rule, one for 22, one for
80.
80. Here itself, you need to add one more rule for that HTTPS 443 also you need to add.
Should I copy this line and paste it again, sir, or what?
No, it doesn't support like this. You need to keep this one in your bucket.
Okay.
Okay, I'm explaining you how we can do this. This template is not our template, but in our template, what is the line you need to add additional here?
HTTP. Yes.
Okay, in that you need to add the HTTPS rule also. Then you create the change set. Then you provision the resources. Then the drift we don't get for us.
Okay.
Okay, that template you can copy manually and you can do these steps. In their S3 bucket, we don't have the option to edit that.
Okay. Should we do it in our
In our manually try to download it and do it.
we logged into S3? Should we create a bucket? So should we create a bucket?
Template you need to copy, right? The complete code.
Okay. Should I control A and copy it like
I
this?
control A, copy this one complete. Delete that stack once.
Okay.
Did the complete stack.
Get initiated. So
Create
in
a
S3,
stack
we're
again.
supposed to create a bucket or what?
No need. It will save that into our own bucket itself. Create a
Okay.
stack.
Okay, create. I'm just trying to see if it's updated.
Yeah, let it delete. Create meanwhile one more.
Create stack with new resources.
Yeah, yeah.
Should we add this to our S3 bucket so that we can give our link?
Yeah, that is also one method.
Okay.
But directly we are not changing to that. Yeah, come to here, build from infrastructure composer.
Here.
Build from infrastructure composer.
Okay.
Yeah, create infrastructure composer.
Okay.
We come to template here, second option, instead of canvas. Copy that code. Say
Should I
either it's a
paste this up?
YAML or JSON check once.
I think this is YAML.
No, no. In that S3 bucket.
So page got frozen. Just give me a second.
Mostly it may be JSON format. Switch to JSON.
I think my page got frozen. Give me a second.
Okay. Try to copy that code also.
I'll try to close this tab and reopen again.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. PS3. Okay. Copying all this,
Yeah, yeah.
putting here, creating a new stack, build from infrastructure composer, creating an infrastructure composer, selecting template,
Okay, come to template.
and this is in YAML only. I'm
Yeah,
pasting
copy
this.
that code.
Yeah.
I think it's JSON. That's the reason automatically it switched to JSON itself.
Okay.
Yeah, now save this one. Try to save this. Scroll down
I
somewhere.
think we're
Save
supposed
option
to
would be there.
change the
Yeah,
code
that's
name.
will do. After creation will do.
Okay. I'm creating.
That's while doing the change set will do. From this first
I'm
create the
creating this
stack.
template. Okay.
Yeah, this
And
now
I'm
it's saving
creating.
in our S3 bucket. It is saving.
Okay. So we'll use our S3 own our own link.
Yes, yes, it will
So,
create our own S3 bucket. It will create now. This code would be now copied to one S3 bucket now. That S3 bucket is got created now.
okay.
So now from this pass the parameters and stack details, create that stack. That is no, that is already copied.
I think this is not, is this ours? I don't think so. Because let's say this is lamp single instance. Okay, it must be ours.
Confirm that in this 3 bucket, you can see that.
Okay. The URL of this and that is different, I thought.
There's 3 buckets, you can see that bucket. This
JSON
bucket is this will create a bucket.
273. Yeah.
Yeah. This use and create the stack.
The stack name is
Yeah. Any stack, my own stack, something.
database. Same database. Database. Keep it next. Submit. We have created a stack.
Yeah. After that, try to change it in the chain set. After the stack has been created, create a chain set. Edit in the infrastructure composer, you can. That line you add one more line for HTTPS in the template. Yeah, here it is there, right? Security group ingress is there. Security group ingress, that copy that rule.
Which line, sir?
That is that in protocol TCP above one flower brace is there, right? So scroll down, scroll down.
This one. Okay.
Yeah, that you copy. No, flower braces also. Until this, yeah, copy this. Yeah, from that paste it, not from there. Control Z,
Everything is gone.
cancel that.
Okay. I have to see.
Don't save that.
Cancel option. I'll close the page like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Should I go back like this?
Change set.
Change it. Create. Change it. Create it. Edit and enter. Edit in composer. Create. In this.
From that line only, it need to copy. It need to replace that.
I mean, should I enter now?
Scroll down, little scroll.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be in that flower base. Come to one. Yeah, from here you copy. No, no, not from there. Yeah,
Here.
from there you copy.
I copied from here.
No, no, second flower base not required.
Okay, so till here.
Yes, yes.
Wait. I
You
think
keep comma there, comma there.
okay. Comma. Okay.
Yeah, enter.
Enter.
Uh, Come one backside.
Like this.
Yeah, paste now.
Okay.
Now change that to 443. HTTP is fine. 443. No, no. That is TCP only.
Okay. From port.
443 you change. To also 443. Scroll down.
It's TPS replace.
Cider give 0.0.
Where do we have the cider here?
No, that small
Yeah, slider, sorry. Yeah.
0.0. That sh location you remove and keep 0.0.0.
Should I write
No,
HTTP?
no, leave that. Save that as of now.
Okay. This is not changed. Is it normal?
It's not copied properly.
Okay. Should I change this now to HTTPS?
That is TCP only.
No, okay. We have previously had these two. Now we are changing this HTTPS to.
Yeah, but the CIDR range, that reference, all that not required.
Okay.
Directly you need to keep that CIDR equal to 0.0. Not like that. Copy from that before that. Go little up.
Okay.
Little up. Yeah, that CIDR rule is
Okay.
this one you copy.
And change that enter line like this. Pasting it.
Yeah.
Okay. And reference, should I write something here?
Not copied properly. That you try to do it. Okay. I hope you understood, right?
Are you trying to say that I should copy this whole section?
No. Yes, that not this whole session you copy. Copy that HTTP session you copy.
Sir, HTTP, we don't
That
have.
session you copy. This TCP 80 is nothing but HTTP session.
Okay.
This you copy and replace to 443.
Okay. So I'll try to remove this now, or should I? Okay. Wait, what I'll do is I'll copy this, copy, and I'm selecting this and pasting it right away.
Yeah. That change 80 to 443.
443. Okay.
And now try to save that.
Should I change this name?
No, that is TCP only.
Okay. I'm changing, just creating the change.
Yeah.
Okay. What advanced?
Now little scroll down. So while creating that change set, we'll have some options to save that. Yeah, go next.
JSON not very well formed in.
That JSON having some issue actually.
We'll go to Composer
Yeah,
again.
Composer, yeah.
The template. So that section only when it's not there. No. Is it? No.
It's not saved, I think. It's something it's
Compare
not
it with
modified.
this.
Yeah, copy this one again. Copy this script itself.
Control C. I should edit this. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can I open this?
Yeah, you can.
It's JSON file being getting downloaded. Should I delete this altogether?
No, from that template itself, you save that. From the composer itself.
Okay. Composer itself.
Here itself, you copy Control All and replace that.
Control paste. Okay.
Do one thing, that 80 just change to 443. Leave that. 80, 443 you change. Yeah, next 80 also change to 443. And now save this. Yeah.
Confirm to continue. Okay, this is done. We go next.
Yeah, save that. So these all, if you want to change any settings in the parameters also, you can change as of now.
Going
That
next.
key pair, if any changes required, not only on the template, change set can be used to change the parameters also. Okay, so these values, if you want optionally, you can change those, but as of now, no issues. Save this. Click next. Yeah, next. Yeah, create that. Yeah, submit. Now change set is just it's created, but we need to evaluate this.
Okay.
Not that. Come to that. This is the change. Little up, little up. No, up, up. So once the change has been created, their execute change set one option will come. Still, it is creation is in pending. Once the status is come, yeah, now execute the. Say you can check the inputs and evaluations. All this, okay. Then you can execute the change set. Execute this.
Take this. Going back
If
to
any resources are there, it may be delete also. But as of now, go with that. Executes.
okay.
So go to the template. What is the expectation is now instead of 80, at least we should have 443 rule should be there.
PC update complete.
Yeah, go and check that. In the security group, we have changed that 80 to
443.
yeah 443.
Yes, we see
It
443.
has been renamed. Again, if you want to do, I can change to 80. You can change. Or try to add that line also. Try to add after some.
Now I should uh, change stack, change set. We should create a different change set now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Edit infrastructure composer, editing it.
Yeah, this practice, okay?
Okay. Template. Going back. Here, what we change? We're putting back to 80. Port 80.
Yeah, yeah.
Creating the change set.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going next.
Yeah.
Sir, usually for every change set, we can add a description like we changed
Yeah,
this.
better why we are doing, we don't see this much frequently, we don't perform. Better others also need to understand why we are doing that.
Okay. We have modified
Yeah,
action.
execute that change set.
Let's wait for it. So we have 443 here. Let's see how it changes. Execute change set. Execute change set. It changed to 80 now.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So any changes are recommended to perform through change set, even at the script level or at the parameter level also.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So then delete that stack also. Try to create stack sets. That's I'm giving as an assignment.
Okay.
For the Singapore region itself, you can get the stack set samples also.
Okay, I'll paste, I'll share this link in the chat.
Yeah, other resources also we can use, not only this.
Okay.
Okay, that GitHub repos also, we can sync with the GitHub repo also instead of S3 bucket.
Okay.
So we need to have good knowledge on CloudFormation, but in the real time, we'll use Terraform.
Okay.
So I'll share Terraform tutorials also. By this weekend, everyone need to finish minimum 2 to 3 videos. Everyone need to finish. Okay, so to understand the Terraform concepts, we discuss CloudFormation.
Okay.
Okay, so go through those CloudFormation templates. Sorry, Terraform we need to understand in a better way.
Okay.
Okay.